What is going, peeps? What is going? It's just me, Valerie's Naturals, aka Valerie's Naturals Oracles. But as you know, this is my journey, my Mounjaro journey. So this is why I'm here. I'm recording this. I'm actually doing this live to myself. So please forgive me if it goes off topic at some point. But today, here's what we're going to talk about. I've had a slow journey to begin with. Okay, but it doesn't, for me, it doesn't help that even though I've had a slow journey, that I'm being stalled because I don't actually pay for my Monjaro. I actually get it on the NHS. Now, they've actually, before I get into that though, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the alert bell. Get down with it, get down. But this is going to get interesting because, like I said, my weight has stalled. Okay, and it has stalled for the last 3 weeks. I have not budged from the same weight. I'm trying to get under 200 pounds. I'm exactly 200 pounds, which works out to be 14.3 stones. Okay, I've gone from 15.9, which was my highest back in November. This will be, is it is this week? I've had one, two, three. So this will be week 13 to 14. So this will be my 14th week. I've been on it for 14 weeks and I've lost 22 pounds basically. So I'm stalled at 200, would you believe? I've also lost like 5 inches from my waist now, which is ridiculous. And my face has actually changed. And I think that's a lot to do with the Monjaro. And it has this effect of actually taking away inflammation and everything else. Plus the fact that I do a lot more walking, I do a lot more exercise. And yeah, so a lot has happened, people. It's been 2 weeks. The only thing that hasn't changed is my weight. Would you believe? That's the only thing that hasn't changed. But I am still shrinking, and I think it's a lot to do with. I started doing weight training, which is strength training, which is building muscle because muscle weighs more than fat basically. So I'm trying to get rid of the fat, but I'm building muscle because of my age. Because they say that you should start building muscle. What am I doing here? Start building muscle. So that because as you get older, A, you should be eating more protein, and B, you need to build more muscle if you've not done that to keep you from no to keep your balance and everything else. It's like when you get to a certain age, just tripping over a bag and landing wrong, you'll break your hip because your bones are brittle. But if you're doing weight training, if you're doing strength training, resistance training, okay, it helps to keep you stronger. And I plan to live a ripe old age because there's so much I still want to do, even at the age of 60. Still so much I want to do. So um basically I'm stalled at 200. And a lot of it is to do with the fact that yes, I get mine on the NHS, but they've kept me on the same 5.5 milligrams for the last 3 pens. So I'm on the third pen at 5 milligrams. So you start off at 2.5. So I did the first 2.5. That's the start. They call it the starter dose, apparently. And then I've done 2 cycles of 5 milligrams, and I'm on my third cycle. And last week I had to phone the doctors and say, look, my weight has stalled for the last 3 to 4 weeks. Which it could even be more, but I've been exactly. I've not budged up. I've not budged down. No matter what I do, like today, for example, I walked 12,000 steps. Went to the gym, walked 12,000 steps, did some resistance training, some strength training, and walked home again. 40-minute walk there, 40-minute walk back. Okay, I'm used to the walking now. I love walking. And I know it's not going to budge my weight because the Manjaro, it has more effect on you than you realize. I'm thinking I've changed my lifestyle. I've changed the way I eat. I don't eat junk. Junk hasn't passed my lips since late November. Nothing, not even a sweet, not even a chewing gum has passed my lips. Okay, it's purely I eat a lot more protein than I used to. I eat a lot more protein. My snacks are like chicken wings now. That's a snack for me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and so, but my weight has not budged. It's not budged in the last, I have to say, 3 weeks. And so I know that I'm one of the few lucky people that actually get it on the NHS, because there's not a lot of people that I guess. I think more and more people, it's happening now because they're realizing that you know, it has a lot of benefit, because I've got diabetes. So it regulates my blood sugars. So if it gets too high, it regulates it. And that's what the Mounjaro does for me as well. So along with other medication. So, but as the weight is losing, and I've literally gone out and bought myself I'm going for a mile a minute because I haven't done anything for 2 weeks here, have I? But I've literally not only gone out and bought. I think I showed them last time the actual strips for the ketones to test your ketones, because I'm literally doing keto, and it's kind of forced on me because the Mounjaro gave me instant heartburn if I ate anything carby or sweet. So I was literally forced into keto. So now I test to see if I'm in keto, because then I know I'm burning fat and not sugar or carbohydrates or glucose or whatever you want to call. I've done a lot of research since then. So I know I'm burning fat. But it's kind of like I feel really stalled. And what else is happening? And that's the second thing. What else is happening is that the food noise is coming back. And it's a weird sensation in the first place, because the first thing is that you don't think about food, but because they've kept me on the same dose for the last 3 pens. Okay, so this is the third pen. The food noise is beginning to come back. So what I did last week was I took it a day early, because I just didn't want that to come back, because all of a sudden things are popping in my head. Go back to what you used to do and get a packet of crisps and sit down in front of the TV, do you know? And but I've resisted that and made a point of not buying stuff in my house that I'm going to resort to. So it's kind of like, but it's weird how the food noise is coming back, and I don't want it to. And that might be a part of why my weight has stalled as well. I haven't. I can touch wood and tell you I've been a good girl and not resorted to all of that. But at the same time, I can imagine how a junkie feels. I can imagine how a junkie feels. Like they come off of their high, and it's kind of like they come off their high and they're craving more, and this is what it is. And you don't understand that until you actually take the Manjaro and it starts wearing off. And so this week I've had to take it a day early, and I guess it'll be the same for next week as well. So I'm on the third pen, second dose. So next week will be the third dose. Okay, so that would be 4, 8, 12. 4, 8, 12. I'm on 13 to 16 now. So it's 4 doses to 1 pen. I know it's slightly different in America, isn't it? Where they get 1 pen per dose, but we get 4 doses per pen. So I'm on the up to 16 weeks. And then after that, hopefully I can go to 7.5. I did notice on my repeat prescription that they've put one emergency on this. I don't know what that means, but they've put 7 on there, but I'm not going to get that for at least 3 weeks. And it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating that I have to be telling my doctor, look, I've stalled. Whereas they should be contacting me and saying blah blah, but I'm having to literally get on top of it and say, look, I've stalled for the last 3 weeks. I know I'm on the wrong dose. It's crazy, isn't it? But I'm grateful at one point because I've lost a lot of weight. For me, I've not been this way in about 10 years. Honestly, in about 10 years, I've not been this way. But I still know I've got a lot to go. And so it's really frustrating for me that I'm being stalled. And it's not a deliberate thing, it's just to do with I guess it's to do with the area I'm in and how they actually work. And I guess it's another way of saying, well, we don't want you to move up too fast because you're going to get to the last dose. And then what happens? Do you start putting the weight back on? Because I feel like if I carry on like this, I am going to put the weight back on. But the good news is, people, this week I've started the gym. So last week I did an induction and I'm doing strength training and I'm doing a little bit of class. So I'm trying to go 3 times a week. So I went today, thoroughly enjoyed it. They've got special equipment there where it's actually data driven. So you tap the machine and then you could do your I was doing I did a full body workout with strength training. So it's like weights, but it's automated, and you click in, and it actually literally registers how well you do and how poorly you do. Now, it's funny. Funny. The funny thing is, it tells you your metabolic age. Okay, this is I'm going off topic now, but um, the top half of me is the body of a 40-year-old, and because I've got arthritis, the bottom half of me is the body of a 85-year-old. Can you believe that? So I've got to work on my bottom half basically. But I knew that was kind of because I've got an arthritic knee, although you wouldn't know from me walking. But the minute I start pushing weights, so I've done, I did a fair bit of working on the bottom half of me today as well. But it's a full body workout. You go from machine to machine, and it does a different thing each time. It does just your core, your legs, your glutes, your this, your that. So it's a full body workout. I'd have to show you on my phone one day. Um, what it looks like. But in all of the council gyms in Blackpool, they have the same machines. So you could literally tap in on any one and it will bring up all your data. And there's a couple of apps as well. Like we've got apps for booking classes and whatever. And then they've got an app for the literal gym itself where it registers all your data about the strength training and the training, because they literally gave me a training program as well. So yeah, so that was interesting this week. So hopefully my weight will start shifting again without having to, because I still got a couple of weeks left on 5 milligrams. But hopefully I can take the next dose up, which is 7, I believe, and that will make a difference because I still got a couple of stone less to lose, and I'm really grateful that I can go on this journey. And this is why this is why I'm journaling it. But at the same time, I just feel like I'm being stalled, and I don't like it. I don't like the stall. I tell you, so I'm going to give you. So my weight is exactly the same, 14.3 stones. Okay, it's been the same for the last 3 weeks since I recorded last time, and then I've gone last week. I didn't record, and then this week. So I weigh myself every Sunday, and then when I go to the gym, they've got a special machine. I might weigh myself again on the Monday. So I forgot to do it today though, but in the gym, but. I weighed myself yesterday. I'm exactly the same weight. It's weird that you'd think I'd go up, but I know that I'm eating, even though I'm doing more exercise now, I am eating slightly more. But it's still the right stuff I'm eating. It's just that the food noise has come back, is coming back. I can feel the food noise and I want to eat more than I should do. So um it's kind of balancing itself out because I'm doing more exercise. I guess it's balancing itself out if I'm eating more. So that's the latest update, people. The weight is going though. The weight is going. I feel so much stronger. I do. I feel so much stronger. The gains, which are not weight related, is I've lost off my inches. I've lost inches. I'm stronger. I can walk. I can walk up to an hour and it doesn't bother me. So I do a lot of walking now, and I've got a treadmill. So the days that I don't go to the gym, I get on the treadmill because I did a gradual thing of going from 8. So I've started off on 8,000. When I first started this journey, I started off on 8,000 steps a day. Okay. If I do nothing else, I do 8,000 steps. Okay. I moved it up to 9,000 steps. I'm now up to 10,000 steps. But today, because I walked to the gym and I walked back, I did 12,000 steps before I even did anything else. So I'm not doing any more exercise today, people. I'm not. But I feel so much stronger and I feel so much more agile. And do you know what I mean? It's crazy that just losing weight makes such a difference. I'm no longer a couch potato. I'm no longer a couch potato. It's kind of a strange thing. So I'm really grateful, but at the same time, I just feel like I'm being stalled. But there's not a lot they can do if it's regulated because it's NHS. It's probably regulated down to the finest minute. But because apparently one of these pens costs £200 just for one pen, and it's probably more in America because they don't get 4 doses a pen. They get 1 dose a pen. I believe. Where we get 4 doses in one pen, and we can get the secret 5 dose as well, which I've never used because I've never had to. But They're sat in my fridge because they're not. They're sat in my fridge. They're sat in my fridge. I don't throw away the pen when it's finished because it's still got another dose in it. It's just sitting in my fridge in the bottom of my fridge. And that's it because it's still in date. Most of the pens I've had so far don't actually finish go out of date till the end of 2025, and I've got one that is 2026 now as well. So yeah, it's yeah. So that is a sore point for some people because they're paying £200 a time, but it was either me going on the Mounjaro and or they start giving me insulin, and I really didn't want to go down that route. So, in order for me to come off of the actual medication I'm on, is to lose weight. And so I'm truly grateful because it's changed my life completely. I'm a different person than I was back in November. I was literally a couch potato. It was actually quite depressing. Literally a couch potato. I always put a smile on my face, but you don't know what's behind that, do you? Because it's quite depressing. But I was one of those people that found it, because I'm at the age I'm at, I found it really hard to lose weight no matter what I did. So having the Mounjaro is a lifesaver for me. It's literally changed my life. So what can I say, people? I'm going to leave it there now, but I'm a lot more active. I've lost inches off my waist. There's more to go, but I've lost so many inches. Even my face shape has changed. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thing for me to be looking at the screen, looking back at myself and seeing the difference where I was from November. So I think what I might do is go back and look at the very first video and see the difference. I might just put a comparison together. Do you know what I mean? But it's a huge difference. So anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Hope you enjoyed that and it made sense to you. And you get a different perspective from somebody who's not paying for the medication, but I'm still truly grateful. Do you know what I mean? Because it's changed my life. So I'm gonna leave it there. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the alert bell, so you don't miss another video from me. And I know I didn't do it last week, but I thought there was no point because my weight hasn't changed. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought I'm gonna leave it. But please subscribe, hit the bell button. Please tell me your experience, whether you've having to pay for it and or whether you get it on the NHS like myself. Because do you know what? I've not spoken to anybody that's actually got it on the NHS and what their experience is. So if you're one of those people, please reach out because I'd love to know what your experience is with the NHS. Again, I'm truly grateful because they don't have this in America. That they can't get it for free of charge. So, what can I say? Anyway, until next time, people, please take care and don't forget to subscribe. It's free, people. Get down with the get down. Until next time, take care.